There he is, Mr. Inmandiaham. That's what King would call him. Anyway, so I'm here. Yeah, everybody celebrate. Yay! There he's here. Yay. Yes, yes. Trash Talk Fred. Fred is a booger.
You know what?
Fred is a booger.
You know his dog killed that rabbit he did that video with. I thought it was just a rabbit he just found dead. That makes it a lot worse to me.
Yeah. The dogs had got the rabbit, and then they were playing with the rabbit and all this shit, so he finally got the rabbit from the dogs, and when he gets the rabbit from the dogs, what does he do? Yeah, he does a Bugs Bunny voice. Whatever.
Dogs caught a frog, and I fucking felt devastated for it. Let alone like a rabbit, something that's like actually cute.
Yeah, well, his dog, whatever, the male dog was kind of a vicious fuck. He almost got, he almost quit his job over that dog. Apparently it bit a few of the neighbors. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember because he was like real upset about that.
Right, yeah, I don't want to trash Fred on all this personal crap. I mean, that's, his art shit is fine, whatever. You want to do weird shit, that's fine. I don't give a damn. But, yeah, I just don't, he's manipulating people now, and I don't like it. I don't, you can see what he's doing. I mean, he went after Old Fan, and he went after Jay, and it's like he's trying to test you. He's trying to just push your buttons, and, it's just such bullshit.
I don't get it, because, like, this isn't what a critical friend would do. Like, a critical friend would have, like, a debate with you and not play these kind of bullshit games.
Yeah, it's like I'm basically a feminist, right? Everybody knows that, right? And, until when somebody says something stupid, it's really over the line, you just say, well, yeah, I'm all for you, guy, but, that's just wacky. You don't sit there and whatever he's doing. I mean, I don't sit there and try to, I don't make the opposite arguments or some other kind of crap and try to, force people to defend. It's not even that I mind him doing that. It's just that don't pretend you give a fuck. You don't. I mean, there's a religion under this. I just goddamn know it now. I mean, he's a fucking Buddhist or something. There's some kind of bullshit underneath all this crap. Because he sees something that's redeeming. But I mean, just his whole argument, like he's just, well, I could, you put a button in my house, and I don't know, if I got gas, then I'll hit the button, What the fuck? I mean, you can't even take something that seriously. I'm just so sick of it. I mean, even that cliche, I hate that fucking cliche, about the absolute power corrupts absolutely. Where's the evidence of this? Show me somebody who got corrupted by power. Show me somebody. Show me somebody who wasn't a piece of shit before they got power. I mean, Gandhi didn't exactly, steal the Indian Empire.
I've been honestly having that same experience this week, trying to explain to people, like, look, people are shit. We do things all the fucking time because we can justify it in our own bullshit fucking ways.
Yeah, look, we rationalize a lot of stuff, and there's definitely, there's two sides to my anti-natalism. There's two sides to my anti-lifeness. There's the fact that I personally feel sort of like a Frankenstein. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to live again. Even an imaginary, idyllic life, I don't think I would sign up for. Maybe perfect virtual reality, but I mean, I'm still so I just don't know why I would bother getting off the, I don't need anything couch. So I mean, if I wasn't horny for it, I don't see why I would bother. So I mean, I do have a personal interest, and and then you got the other argument, which is, yeah, you look at life and what the fuck. I mean, every day I see bugs and shit, and every time I'm always reminded. Every time I see an insect, I'm reminded of it. Every time I see a kid, I'm reminded of it. Like, look at the jeopardy all these things are in. I mean, it's disgusting what life is doing. And on a disgusting scale, and I don't know how people can look at it and just say, oh, well, maggots are cute. What the fuck?
What else is bugging me about this is Laura, Layla, Hannibal, Fred, they're not arguing your arguments. Like, you keep making videos, and then they just keep throwing out new arguments without addressing anything you said, like your Frankenstein analogy. I don't think I've seen anybody...
Or even the need that doesn't need to exist. They never go near that one. Never even come close. The word addiction, how many of them ever say that word? It's really just, yeah, I mean, they're just pussies. And Laura Layla really disappointed me, because in the text argument on, Fred had one video that had like 970 comments. And there was, an argument with Laura Layla and somebody, and she actually told the guy to go kill himself. I mean, that's a rather desperate remark from somebody who's supposed to be a professional psychologist. I mean, yeah, right, it was the dripped in anger guy. And you're just like, what the fuck was that? I mean, what the fuck was that? I mean, we don't, you would think we were so past that. And in the text she wrote in her video, she used the cult accusation again. And you're just like, what the fuck? We've already been over this ground.
Something that really bugged me with her video was, and I'm surprised you didn't go off on it, was the little part, like, towards the beginning, when she was like, antinatalism, movement, cult, whatever you want to call it. Like, that really rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, you're right off the bat, you're dismissing it. Just out of fucking hand. That just shows you where you are.
Yeah, and it's so pretentious. Well, nobody's done anything. Well, actually, I have to play the second half of her video because I haven't listened to the whole thing. But, she talks like they're making some arguments that we haven't dealt with. Yeah, the argument from what? The what? Unicorn dust. I don't hear any real arguments. Earthlings are better than the dead Venetians. Why? I mean, I haven't seen them compile that list. Where's the list of all the great achievements of the human race that are so much cooler than the achievements of the Martians?
It's another one that they don't seem to fucking argue against.
Yeah, why does nobody miss the Martians? Why isn't anybody like, oh god, it's so sucky that there aren't a bunch of assholes, exploiting the Chinese on Mars. Oh, it's so disappointing. That dog was fucking Martian.
The thing that disappoints me the most is, like, Fred was one of the few people who you could get a good argument out of, and he's just degraded into this.
Yeah, well, he's been moving and, migrating ever since the rabbit thing. I really have been struggling to understand Fred. So, he's just become a cartoon character. And like I said, he's playing YouTube. He's not, it's all gotten so dishonest. Seems like everything he's doing is some sort of stunt or game or manipulation to see what kind of reaction he gets. And I really hate that. I really hate being played by people.
Have you told him?
Well, I think he's got the message, yeah. Yeah, we've been over this ground before because, that's the other weird part is that, you know, every time we got into this stuff before, he just kind of backed off. As soon as he got to this antinatalism subject, he just kind of pussied out and said something like, well, you know, I have 2 kids and blah, 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 you know, some kind of like implying that he just can't voice an opinion on this subject yet. I'm not ready. That was always his excuse. I'm not ready. Whatever that means.
Damn it, I've broken fucking 2 cigarettes in a row just now.
Fuck you, you bastard. You should be arrested. Oh, I so want a cigarette. I was hoping I had saved a half a cigarette for Stickam, but I must have instinctively smoked it. I thought I
Remember, Gary, we got the rosemary bet going down. So if you win, you get 5 cartons of cigarettes.
Yeah, well, I gotta write it down again. Rosemary. Oh, yeah, that's right, rosemary. I'm supposed to be doing that shit.
I'm gonna send you a carton anyways when I send you the computer and stuff. I might send you actually some movies now, because I really enjoyed your movie review. So there's a couple of movies I'm like, I want to see Gary hate this.
Yeah, well, I actually downloaded another movie. I got that, which one was that? War of the Worlds, you know, the Tom Cruise one. But that's a hard one. That's a hard one to review because it's kind of just like a little, you know, it's got good little Martian robots so far, so that part's pretty cool. Tom Cruise is kind of an asshole, so that's, you know, and you know, kids are cute, but you know, blah blah blah. We'll see where
I really want to send you, because I just found a copy of it that I'm not using, is The Watchmen, because they got like this little scene in it, like it's on Mars, and it's basically Dr. Manhattan's giving your anti-natalism speech, like, what's so fucking great about humans? Mars doesn't need anything. And then he just is like, oh yeah, fucking humans are a miracle, and then he goes back to Earth. I want to see you rage against that scene so hard.
Whoops, I mean, that's the movie with the big giant blue penis or something, right?
Yeah, sadly. Fucked up. You didn't see the dude's dick in the graphic novel at all, except for once or twice. Like, every other thing was like him from a side where you couldn't see it.
Yeah, well, it's not going to scare me too much. Yeah. I find penises fairly entertaining anyway. I think they're usually pretty good actors.
I'm going to say this. The Watchmen movie has one of the worst, stupidest endings of all moviedom. Basically, like, the dudes agreed to let this fucking guy continue his plan to kill, like, Manhattan to save the world, and then he kills one dude, and then the one dude gets all pissy and beats the shit out of him. I'm like, you just let fucking New York get obliterated, and you're going to give 2 shits about one fucking person?
Yeah, well, that'll be a good movie, because, yeah, it does have a lot of those, you know, nonsense crap in it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm waiting for, like, War of the Worlds. I'm just waiting to see how stupid the ending is. Because, yeah, you're just like, oh, yeah, the Martians can figure out how to... Well, no, see, it's already fucked anyway. The movie is already fucked. I mean, the whole way they did this thing, like, oh, yeah, the Martians hit a bunch of spaceships underneath, you know, underneath our cities and our roads and our house. They hit a bunch of spaceships in there. You're like, what the fuck? I mean, well, whatever they are, tripods. I mean, that was a huge... They already start off with this huge plot flaw, like, oh, please. I mean, that's just silly. Like, nobody's going to find those. And then, another stupid scene. You're just like, man, this was totally stupid. You know, well, this really is a dumb movie when I think about it. I haven't even seen that much of it. But, you know, when the plane falls on the house, which was silly, there's no fire, it didn't burn the house, there's plane wreckage, and, you know, none of it's charred. I mean, what the fuck? No fire? A plane crashes, but there's no fire? And the engine and the plane are in exactly the same place. That never happens in a plane crash, okay? No fucking way. The engines have huge momentum, are really heavy. The fuselage is really light. You know, there's no way they would end up in the same place. Well, I mean, that's a technical thing, but... And then all of a sudden this National Guard bitch shows up, you know, looking totally lovely. She has videotapes of everything. You know, this only happened like 6 hours ago. But no, she has videotapes of everything. She has a fully functional, you know... And why is she talking to Tom Cruise? Who the fuck is he? She's talking to him like, oh, this is the president's assistant or something. And you're like, why the fuck is she even telling him all this shit? Why isn't she just said, get out of the way, fucking citizen? I mean, it was just like, what is this? You know he's Tom Cruise? Oh, he's a celebrity. He's Tom Cruise. Oh, yeah, I'll explain it to Tom Cruise because he's a celebrity. I mean, it was just silly, stupidest scene. And the whiny kid thing. Oh, there's so many things now. I think, yeah, the movie really is trashable.
Things you said in your Hunger Games review. One when, you know, the sister kind of sacrifices herself to save her little sister, and you kind of brought up the point of like an expendable family member. Well, in the books, like I don't know how I haven't seen the movie, but I've read the book. They kind of go out of their way to explain like Katniss is the only competent member of the family. Like she's the only reason these fucks haven't starved because they're just a bunch of pariah fucks. So like they're kind of fucked without her.
Well, I know, but she has the boyfriend who can take care of her family, right? And her family's only her fucking little sister and her mother. I mean, Phil, that's bullshit. So why would you wouldn't let your sister die? What family like I said, what family do they have? They don't show any extended family or any, like, you know, she's feeding the whole tribe or something. So that's all, you know, I call bogus on that one anyway. My real argument is that why wouldn't this volunteer thing would happen all the time is my argument. You know, there's no way they've had 74 Hunger Games and nobody's volunteered before. You know, 18-year-old guys watch little 12-year-old girls go off to die without doing something like saying, well, okay, I'll go. I mean, bullshit on that. If those people have that little character, then I hope they all die. They all suck. The police ought to just kill them all because they suck.
It's like, okay, they're doing the Hunger Games to prevent the people from rebelling, right?
Well, yeah, I know, it doesn't make any sense.
Killing the children?
Why are they and they're living in shit? So their kids are getting killed and they're living in shit, and yet somehow now they're peaceful because they're living in shit. So they're not even building shit pitchforks. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Those are exactly the kind of people, the people with nothing to lose. Those are the people that'll kill you.
The other thing was their little costumes for the game. They're supposed to basically represent the region, so that's why they have to wear that. And so, like, oh, that person's, it's, you know, like a sports uniform.
Yeah, well, whatever. Then why do they have designers who come in and give them special flaming things and whatever? So I don't even buy that. But whatever. The whole thing is it's got crazy woman written all over it. I mean, it's the stupidest, idiotic, plotted story in the history of mankind.
Actually, funny you brought up manipulation in your review, because that's kind of, from what I'm getting from the book, that's like the underlying subtext of the movie. It's like people are manipulative. I mean, not the movie, the book. Because, like, she manipulates the fuck out of everybody. And from what I understand, it just gets more manipulative as the series goes on.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was just some emotional manipulation. I mean, it just was silly. Silly, silly, silly. That old Daryl Hannah movie, you know, Planet of the Cave Bear, was a hell of a lot better than this piece of shit. I mean, for a strong woman movie.
Logan's Run was a better type of one of these movies, and that was in the fucking 70s.
Kill Bill. Kill Bill was good. That's a good, strong woman role. Yeah, not really deep on plot, but, you know, it's really good stuff.
Looks okay from what I've read so far. It's not like the best book ever, but, you know, from what I can tell, it's better